Hello and welcome to my channel Book Hangover. I know that from the title you think February wrap up in the middle of May? What is wrong with her? I'm not sure if I mentioned before, but I come from Ukraine and in my country the war has started in the February. So for me, February still lasts. And yes, I didn't have much time or mood to do a video about books, about love books. And yes, finally I decided, okay, it's time to share my opinion about the books that I didn't finish reading in calendar February, but I read them a little bit later just to distract myself from all the news, from all the war, which thankfully is not literally behind my windows, but they are in my country and also in my thoughts. So I wanted to make this video about this challenge that I have made for myself that I named a love story in the titles. So I read most of those books, and I will say a few words what I think about them. I won't tell about the books in the chronological order how I finished reading them, but only in the way I think they will be okay to describe. So, first of all, I want to say a few words about 100 Years of Solitude. I read this book and I like the way Marcus writes books because he has very nice way to describe things. He has very fine, delicate humor, which is not always visible, but it's just amazing, and I really enjoyed it. And what I think funny about his books, and what I already noticed when I was reading Love in Time of Cholera, that he likes saying the full name of the characters. So every time he mentions the name, he says name and surname. In this book, there were so many generations and they all had the same name. And even if there were like some additional or either last name or some other description, at some point I got a little bit confused because they were also really similar, and I got a little bit confused and I couldn't just follow all of them, and sometimes I was thinking that it's the other person, and then only after some time and then okay, this was the other Aurelio, not the first one. So the last third of the book I just went through it just to finish the book because I didn't want to leave it. And yes, for the first two parts, I thought to the first two thirds, I was thinking that I will rate it as 5 stars, but no, I degraded it to 3 stars. But I like this, that I read it. That was a great experience, and I think that this is the third book of Marcus that I have read, and maybe in the future I will read more. Okay, so now let's go to the title, to love story in the titles. So first was The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. So it was a story about the girl who lives on the spaceship. So she's literally the loneliest girl in the universe, and she lives there alone. This was a great story because why? Why is she alone? Where's everyone? Yes, the rest of the crew, etc. How is it possible? And she's so young, so how is it possible that she is already on the spaceship? I was also curious about what she was doing during this time, yes, because literally she had 24/7 time only for herself. Obviously she had to pay attention to the ship, but also what else can you do through other time? And the first 41% of the book, I'm saying 41% because yes, I read my books on Kindle, so I don't know what page it is, but I know what percent of the book it is. Yes, I was like reading literally non-stop and I was so into it. It was so amazing, and I thought, okay, maybe I would be a friend with this girl. And she was also writing a fanfic, so she was great. and I was really worried about her, about the events that happened with her, about what information she got from Earth, because she did communicate with people from Earth. So yes, it was pretty exciting, and she had something to wait for. And I'm not going to spoil, but did she get what she was waiting for? Was it the same as she expected? There is a huge twist in the book, so something I didn't expect. So maybe I should have, because after it happened, so when I was reading, I was thinking, this thing is suspicious. But the author, she was describing so good that I didn't have possibility to concentrate and to think that, no, this is suspicious. Maybe I shouldn't think, should think more rationally. No, I was just excited for this girl so much that I was thinking the way she was thinking, and I was just waiting, expecting everything. So this is a great book, 5 stars, and it's just amazing. Then it was Meet Cute. So I decided to read this book of short stories, Meet Cute. Some people are destined to meet. I mentioned in previous videos that I'm not a fan of short stories, and I remain by my statement, because with some stories I really wanted to know more, and there were a few stories that I was like, no, why did it end it? I need to know what happened next. I was a little bit disappointed about them finishing. Some of them were not so interesting. I'm not going to say about each of them because there is no time for that, but I think that I can definitely recommend this book. And yes, to pick which short story you like more. After that, not chronologically but logically, goes the Falling in Love Montage. Yes, so this is a story about 2 girls who decided that they are more or less casual, but they are going to make a falling in love montage as in the movies. You know, when you watch the comedy or romantic comedy, and then these characters, they just met, and then you see the montage. They go to the cinema together, they go for a walk, they eat ice cream, they go to the fair, they sing together or dance or whatever. Yeah, so these girls decided to make this experiment in their relationships. So it was really, really great. The only thing I didn't like, that it's not only in these books, but often in romantic stories, that when something is very good in the relationships, they try to find something to ruin it. Yes, so they had this amazing evening, so they spent it having fun. The character, this main character, she's so happy, she's describing how she's feeling better than ever, and this girl starts, but why don't you tell me about problems in your family? And they got all upset, they fight. Everyone has to have family drama, because I think writers think that the character with no drama is not interesting. Perhaps it's true, but what I really also enjoyed here, that one of the characters is called Oliver Queen, so the same name as Green Arrow in DC Universe. So if you know about superheroes, this is his name. So yeah, at least this is also one of the things that I enjoyed, and he was also rich. So Oliver Queen is also rich. So yes, but in general, I enjoyed it. It was really, really fun, and I would recommend it. It was an easy read, and it was great. Then, logically, we have, yes, Ugly Love by Colin Hoover. And I know that everyone in YouTube loves this book, and everyone rates it with 5 stars, but not me. I rated it with 2 stars. 1 star is for the effort that this book was written, but 1 star I give to every book. And the second one was because it was very easy book to read. So I read it just in one sit in a few hours. So it was really easy to read, but I didn't enjoy the story. I have expected something interesting, but there were a lot of ugly, and in my opinion, there was 0 love. Because those characters, even though they had this deal, they actually didn't spend any time talking, finding more about each other, and they only had this deal about themselves, about their relationships, and that's it. And then they said, okay, but I love you, I cannot be with you, I don't want to hurt you, whatever. But okay, maybe I know nothing, but I think that to be in a relationship, maybe it's not enough just to be physical with someone. Yes, I think it's more endorphins, not love. Yes, so because you have pleasure with this person. But for me, in my opinion, what I think about love, there's zero love in this book. But what do I know? Yes. And one more thing, I hate when the girl in the book is distracted or is not pulled up together, because she was lost for me in the first chapter when she was trying to get to the apartment, and she got through the obstacle, and then she calls her brother and says, oh no, but I forgot something in the corridor. What did you forget? My luggage, my purse, and my keys or documents or whatever she forgot there. I'm glad she didn't forget her hat over there. And also the same thing about all these romantic women. If the guy tells you, okay, this is the deal, we are not going to be together, do you accept it? They say yes, but secretly they think that they will change him, that they are so special that he will fall in love with them. If you want love, don't accept the deal from the guy like that. Yes, this is the red flag. And yeah, I looked at her and I didn't find anything special about this character. She wasn't interesting, and even if she were, how could he know that? Yes, because they never talked. I wanted some explanation to know why he fell in love, why he changed all his life, etc. So yeah, so sorry for the spoiler. And the backstory of him, yeah, it was a bit hard to read because it was with these short sentences. I didn't enjoy them that much. This backstory was really touching, really moving, so I did cry a little bit. This is only because of the story, not of how it's written. So yeah, I hated this book so much. I think it's just ugly with zero love. And the last book from these titles in the sorry, love story in the title was They Both Die at the End. But I decided to not finish this book because, yes, as I mentioned before, my country is in war, and every day I found out about dead people, about death, real death, and I just didn't want to finish a book, to read a book where the death is romanticized. Yes, I don't know, like how is it ending. So I decided, okay, they are not going to die for me, at least not this time. Yes, maybe I will come back to that book because I think it's really interesting and it's worth reading. I started to read it, I got acquainted with those characters, but for me, they didn't die. So I don't know if they died for someone else because I didn't read it till the end. I don't know how it ended. So for me, they are alive. So at least I could save them in my eyes. After that, I read a lot of books from Ukrainian literature, and I'm going to share them in my next videos. I want to speak about those books. I also think that some of the videos I will do in Ukrainian with subtitles. I will do this experiment and we will see if there will be some viewers for that and if anyone will need that. I wish us all peace. I wish us victory. I wish that my country wins as soon as possible. I am looking forward for that day where I will make my whole video only how happy I am about our victory. See you soon. I hope that there will be possibility and I will have time and mood to do next videos. Have a nice day wherever you are, and bye bye.